Hi, welcome to the channel NCERT Maths Tutor. In this video, we are going to learn Class 11 Mathematics, Chapter 16 Probability, Exercise 16.3, question number 1, 2, 3, solution. Question number 1. Which of the following cannot be valid assignment of probabilities for outcomes of sample space S is equal to omega 1 to omega 7? In this question, they have given sub question which consists of values of the omega. Now here we have to identify whether these values are valid assignment of probabilities or not. Whenever we consider a probability, we have certain rules related to probability, which we call as axiomatic approach to probability. About that, we have discussed in our previous videos. The probability of any sample space or event is in between 0 to 1. That means the probability value cannot be negative and it cannot be greater than 1. The value is in between 0 to 1. That is the first rule which we have related to probability. And the second rule is that when we find the probability of the sample space, that probability we can find by adding the probability of the sample point or by adding the probability of the outcomes. In this case, the probability of yes we can find by adding all these outcomes probabilities, that is probability of omega 1 plus probability of omega 2 plus probability of omega 3 plus probability of omega 4 plus probability of omega 5 plus probability of omega 6 plus probability of omega 7. And when we find the probability of any sample space, that probability value is always is equal to 1. Now, based on these two rules, let us see whether these are the valid assignment statements or not. We have here first sub question which consists of omega 1 to omega 7 values 0.1, 0.01, 0.05, 0.03, 0.01, 0.2, 0.6. First here we have to see whether all these values lies between 0 to 1 or not. The probability value is must lie between 0 to 1, so that we have to see. You can see here this value, these values are in between 0 to 1. Second, you have to check whether the probability of yes is equal to 1 or not. So to check that, you need to add the probability of all these outcomes. So here we get probability of yes is equal to 0.1 plus 0.01 plus 0.05 plus 0.03 plus 0.01 plus 0.2 plus 0.6. And if you add these values, you get the answer 1 here. As we got here probability of the sample space as 1 and the probability of the outcome lies between 0 to 1. So we can say here this is a valid statement. Now second sub question which has 1 by 7 in all the outcomes. Here this value 1 by 7 lies between 0 to 1. So the first rule satisfies. The second rule we have to see if we add these probabilities whether we are getting 1 or not. Let us see that probability of yes is equal to 1 by 7 plus 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 1 by 7. That gives 7 by 7 is equal to 1. So here for P of S we got the value 1. So this is the valid assignment. Next, third one 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4, 0.5, 0.6, 0.7. Here all these values lies between 0 to 1. So the first rule satisfies. Now we have to verify the second rule whether the probability of yes is equal to 1 or not. To verify that, let us add all these probability values. If you add all these probability values, you get the answer 2.8. And this 2.8 is greater than 1. But we know that the probability of event or sample space lies between 0 to 1, and especially the probability of yes is equal to 1 always. But here we are getting greater than 1, so that's why this assignment is invalid. Fourth one, minus 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4, minus 0.2, 0.1, 0.3. See, in this case, directly you can say here this is a invalid assignment, because for the probability of omega 1 we have a negative value, as well as for this also we have negative value. And we know that the probability of the event lies between 0 to 1. It cannot be negative. So this is invalid. Next, E, 1 by 14, 2 by 14, 3 by 14, 4 by 14, 5 by 14, 6 by 14 and 15 by 14. Now let us verify this. Here first let us find the probability of the sample space by adding the probability values. So here we get 15 by 14. If you add all these values, then in this case here directly you can say that this is an invalid statement, because see here we have the probability of omega 7 as 15 by 14. But if you divide this, you get the answer 1.7. But we know that the probability of event lies between 0 to 1. It cannot be greater than 1. But here we are getting, for this omega 7 outcome, we are getting 1.7. So that's why without adding this only we can say here this is an invalid assignment. Next, now let us solve question number 2. A coin is tossed twice. What is the probability that at least one tail occurs? So here there is a coin which is tossed twice. So based on that we can have 4 possible outcomes: HH, HT, TH, TT. Now we need to find the probability that at least one tail occurs. So now this forms the event. Let us consider the event. At least one tail occurs. At least one tail means minimum the outcome has to contain 1. Maximum, for maximum there is no limit. It may have 2 or it may have more than 2 also. But in this case, as we are tossing the coin twice, we can have only up to 2. So 1 or 2 we need to consider. So the such outcomes which satisfies this condition are H, T, TH, TT. We can't take this one because in the event they have given the condition at least 1. The outcome has to contain minimum 1 tail. So this you can't take. So here we have the event A is equal to HT, TH, TT. Now we need to find the probability of this. So to find the probability of any event, we have the formula: number of favorable outcomes divided by total number of outcomes. Here number of favorable outcomes related to this event 1, 2, 3. So 3 divided by total number of outcomes of the experiment. Here in this sample space we have 4 values, 4 outcomes. So 3 divided by 4. So the probability that at least one tail occurs is equal to 3 by 4. Question number 3. A die is thrown. Find the probability of following events. 1. A prime number will appear. 2. A number greater than or equal to 3 will appear. 3. A number less than or equal to 1 will appear. A number more than 6 will appear. A number less than 6 will appear. Here they have taken a random experiment of throwing a die. We know that the die consists of 6 spaces. Based on that, we can have the sample space of this experiment as S is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now here they have given the question. Now let us consider each question as event. The first one is a prime number will appear. So a prime number means 2, 3, 5. So this event, a prime number will appear. Let us take this as A, which consists of 3 values from the sample space, 2, 3, 5. Now let us find the probability of this. Again, to find the probability, we have to use the same formula, number of favorable outcomes divided by total number of outcomes. So to this event, we have 3 outcomes, 3 divided by, in this random experiment, totally we have 6 outcomes, 3 by 6 is equal to 1 by 2. Next, second question, a number greater than or equal to 3 will appear. Greater than or equal to 3 means we need to start from 3. 3 is also included, then all the numbers which are greater than 3 are also included. So in this category we have now 3, 4, 5, 6. Let us take this as event B. Now let us find the probability of this. Probability of B is number of favorable outcomes. Here we have 4 outcomes related to this event. So 4 divided by total number of outcome is same as we are considering this experiment. So that is 6 only. Here we have 6 outcomes. So divided by 6, that gives 2 by 3. Next, third question. A number less than or equal to 1 will appear. A number less than or equal to 1 will appear. So in this case, less than or equal to 1. Less than 1 means we have only the starting number itself is 1 only. So equal to 1 they have given, so that we can take. Less than 1 means after that, before that we don't have any number. So with this event we can have only one outcome, C is equal to 1. So probability of C is equal to number of favorable outcome related to this event 1, 1 divided by total outcome 6, 1 by 6. Next, fourth question, a number more than 6 will appear. A number more than 6 will appear. For this there is no outcome. Here we have 6 values, but the last value is 6. After 6 we don't have any numbers here. 7, 8 are not there in this sample space. So for this event, let us take this event as D. We don't have any outcome, so it is null. So probability of D is number of favorable outcome is 0. 0 divided by 6 means we get the answer here 0 only. Next, fifth question, a number less than 6 will appear. A number less than 6 means we can't consider 6. Before 6 all the numbers we can take. So in this event we can have totally 5 outcomes. Let us take this event as E is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So probability of E is equal to number of favorable outcomes. So here we have 5. So 5 divided by total number of outcomes. Totally we have 6 outcomes. So 5 divided by 6. This is about exercise 16.3, question number 1, 2, 3 solution. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. Also click the bell icon to get regular notification. Thanks for watching.